Hello everybody, welcome back to the Odd Shaped Ball. I'm going to move on to Argentina today. One of the most expansive and most powerful attacks while also having brilliant and very big forwards. Been a really good team. I'm looking forward to getting into them. Just to remind everyone of what I'm trying to achieve here is just to go through all the players I think are in consideration for Argentina over the next few years, going to the 2027 World Cup. And then I'll pick my squad for that, which will consist of 33 players due to what World Cup allows. Fourth props, one I'm looking for is big ball carrier, good at scrummaging, solid in defence mainly. I'm going to get straight into it now, beginning with Ashio Calais, well known for a good scrummaging technique and power in the scrum. He's also got a really nice tackle percentage completion rate, which is really good, but he's limited in open play, not working hard enough to carry and ruck and getting around that pitch. But he's a decent player and definitely in consideration. Next, we have Nahul Tetas Chaparro. Yeah, he's got a really nice tackle completion percentage of 95%, which is really good. He brings really good experience, one of the older players, around 80 caps, and he also has the ability to cover both loose head and tight head. But his scrummaging can come into question sometimes as good enough quality and he needs a bit more consistency. But otherwise, he's really good, brings great experience. He was definitely a valuable asset to have around younger players in the squad. Next, we're probably on to the front runner, Benison Thomas Gallo. His work rate around the pitch is brilliant. He's got an amazing ball carry, good with footwork around, like to change up the direction, to throw the defenders off, like getting over the game line loads. But I think his one work on is unfortunately one of the areas he has to be performing better in the scrum. He's fairly consistent, but he lacks the power and strength some top level props have, and he needs to work on that. But after he has that, he could be one of the best props in the world. Next, we have Miko Vivaz. He's very well rounded. He's got really good ball carrying, good tackle consistency, powerful in the scrum. Like he's kind of very well rounded, consistent. But I think the only thing to take into question here is he's moving to Onyx next season, and that will probably limit his availability for Argentina. And I think that's the only thing they have to really watch out for. But otherwise, really high quality and definitely could be a front runner going into the World Cup. Next, we have Dragons Rodrigo Martinez. While he's good in set piece and ball carrying and defensive work's really nice, he plays for an underperforming Dragons team until they start improving their performance. I see it unlikely him getting in. Now we're on to Boris Venga, who I personally really like. I think he's really good, having the versatility to cover both loose head prop and hooker. He has really good ball carrying. He's definitely a threat for the breakdown. Really solid defensively. I think his only issue was he wasn't playing for a professional team, but he's just been signed for Harlequins, so I'm looking forward to see how he improves this next season. Moving on to the tight head options, starting with Pedro Delgado. He's a really good scrummager, like an absolute massive human being, and he's really powerful, good ball carrier. I think his issue is he's playing for Dogos 15 still, and he really needs to sign for a professional club because I can see him playing for a top 14 side, but he just needs to get the contract now. Next is Van Santiago Medrano. I think he is a brilliant scrummager, brilliant ball carrier. He's always putting his body on the line every game he plays. Brilliant work rate. Um, he's limited in open play though, and he definitely needs to improve on that. But he seemed to fall out of favour massively since Checker took over. Now Contaponi, he just hasn't seemed to regain his feet just yet. But if he comes back in, I think he'll be good, solid player. On to Seattle, Juan Pablin Zeiss. He's well known for good scrummaging, which is hard to judge because he plays for major league in the major league, which the scrum laws have been changed quite a bit, so it's hard to judge that. But good ball carrier, don't see him getting in really. Although he would bring some great experience to the squad. On to Pro de Deux winner, Facundo Pomponio. Really solid scrummager. Like he doesn't win loads of penalties, but he's really reliable and not conceding them. And really powerful ball carrier. May need to work a bit defensively, but really solid player. He could definitely get in. Next is La Rochelle Joel Sclavi. Unlucky with competition because he plays a club with Winnie Antonio, but he's a really intelligent player and his scrummaging technique is brilliant and he's just a massive human being as well. It's ridiculous. But no, he's a really good ball carrier, solid in defense. Like he's definitely a front runner for me. Really good. Really high quality. Next, we have Francisco Correa Machete, another really big bloke, powerful scrummager, big ball carrier, and now he's starting to get good minutes from Pro de Deux side Breathe. Yeah, definitely improving player, and it's good to see where he'll come because he's still young at 24. So yeah, it'll good to see how he grows as a player. Next, we have another big bloke in Francisco Moreno, 147 kg and 6'1" at the age of 23. He's got a long career ahead of him, but he's a brilliant ball carrier. He's got great work rate, getting in the right defensive position around the pitch. Great scrummager. He looks like a right talent for the future, and I'm looking forward to seeing him get some good game time and hopefully a better contract for another professional club soon. Next up, we probably have the biggest prospect in Thomas Repetti. Recently signed for Toulouse, one of the best teams in France. But no, he's definitely a good prospect. Just needs to refine those skills in scrum, set piece, like just all around the pitch. Just needs to refine the skills, but otherwise he's really high quality and looks to have a really high ceiling. For my final tight end option, I have Eduardo Bella with Newcastle. Playing for Newcastle definitely drags down where he will be in the pecking order because they're underperforming. But he's really powerful at scrum time, although showing some inconsistency. And he's a really good work rate around the pitch, getting there defensively and having good discipline there and good ball carrying around the pitch. High quality player. On to my final picks. I have Boris Wenger, Thomas Gallo, and Miko Vivas. First of all, Thomas Gallo is a top player. Boris Wenger brings good versatility covering for hooker as well, and Mika Vivas is a top quality player, and he hopefully will get some good game time this season with Onyx. On to my options at tight head, I take Joel Sclavi, Pedro Delgado, and Thomas Repetti. I think Joel Sclavi's rugby brain is really high quality, really intelligent. I think Pedro Delgado has clearly been given the nod now for Argentina. Shows good promise. He just needs to sign for a professional club. And I know Thomas Repetti is young, but I don't think the quality of the front five for Argentina has been as good in recent years. And I think getting him going is just a good step for them. At hooker, I think they have a good few options around some youngsters coming through. But no, I think this is one of their highest quality positions. And all I'm looking for is big ball carries, good scrum time, good line out, good work rate around the pitch mostly, and also consistent tackling. Let's get straight into it now, starting with first up is young Bautista Bernasconi. He's got good, healthy competition at club with Melee. But no, he's a really good ball carrier. He's got great work rate around the pitch tackling. Does need to improve on the consistency and discipline in the tackle, but really good there. And he just needs to work his line accuracy a bit more, but otherwise he's a really good player, definitely a front runner. In my opinion, one of the better hookers there. Next is Lionel Oviedo. Good player, good, like a really solid scrummager. Good ball carrying around the pitch and also just really physical around the pitch. But he needs to work on his line accuracy, like keeping it consistent, also getting a bit more involved at the rucks in the breakdown. But he also needs to return to a top tier professional club. He played for Province previously in the Pro D2, but he really needs to return to a top level club instead of just the Douglas 15. Next, we have young 21-year-old Juan Grazing Revel. Yeah, shows good promise, good ball carrier, and amazing work rate around the pitch, and he reflects really well in his performances. He's a bit lightweight in comparison to hookers, so he needs to bulk up a little bit, but otherwise really high quality. And he needs to just start playing for, like, and sign for a professional club, and then hopefully we'll see a bit more improvement in him. Next, we have a much more experienced player in 34-year-old Facundo Bosch for Bayonne. Yeah, no, he's really good at set piece, line out, smalling, scrum time. He's really powerful. Good ball carrying run pitch. Does need up his work rate a little bit and his tackle accuracy, but was a fairly good player. Definitely stands a chance, but he's getting a bit older now, so I see it unlikely. Next is Juan Manuel Vivas. Yeah, big body, 120 kg, 6'2", so definitely a bigger body. Good ball carrying, good involvement in set piece. He does need to work on his discipline though in the tackle and just around the pitch. But otherwise, good, very promising. Up now is Ignacio Ruiz of Perpignan. He's really nice around the pitch, good work rate, good defensively, solid ball carrier. Does need to improve on set piece, not as powerful as some of his teammates could be. So he definitely has a lot of improves ons, but he looks good and definitely an option. Lastly is Julian Montoya from Leicester Tigers. Really high quality. One of the best players for Argentina as a whole. Great leadership, great experience, like years of international experience, really high quality. Moving to PAL this next season, so we'll see how he grows there and develops. But really high quality, one of the best players in Argentina. On to my final decisions, though. I take Julian Montoya, Ignacio Ruiz, and Bautista Bernasconi. I think Montoya, class, great experience for youngsters. Bernasconi shows good prospect and talent, and Ruiz is just the next cab off the rank, really. I don't think anyone else is up to the standard just yet, so Ruiz is lucky to get in. Next is second row, where I think all the options here could probably easily get in the squad. Yeah, all I'm looking for is a kind of an enforcer, Jack threat, really good defensively, lineup option, helps lead the lineup, yeah. Just a very well-rounded player, and consistency is more than a top-level player, in my opinion. First, we have Lucas Paulos of Bayonne. No, he's a fairly good player. Really helpful in the lineup. It's definitely a good option there. He does need to improve on his power in the scrum, though, pushing behind those props. But he's got a decent work rate on the pitch. He probably needs to improve his leadership qualities a bit. But no, he's a decent player. Could be involved. Next is Franco Molina. He'll definitely get more game time this season going to the Western Force. He's a big brute, like really powerful, backing up the props in the scrum, and a really good ball carrier. But aside from that, I don't think he brings too much to the game. And if he gets in, it's just purely a lack of players or age profile. But decent player, not the best though. Next is Thomas Lavanini of Lyon. Yeah, he's high quality. He's got lots of caps for Argentina. His discipline in the tackle and around the pitch isn't the best though. Really helpful in the line-out. But he's getting a bit older now, so I don't see him getting in. Next, I have Efren Elias, who I think is a really big prospect. Really good in the line-out and very physical player. I think his only trouble is he plays for Toulouse, which is very competitive. So to get a bit more game time will be difficult. But otherwise, really high quality, and he still will learn a lot at Toulouse. On to Matias Alemana. Yeah, no, played for Argentina for many years now, so he brings great experience, good leadership, really physical around the pitch, and a really helpful lineup option. I think his only issue is he's struggling to get game time at Gloucester, and without solid game time for like his pedigree, I don't think he will get in. Next is one of my personal favourite players as a whole, and Pedro Rubiolo. I think for a front five for Argentina was underperforming. Pedro Rubiolo's just like stood out. He's got an amazing work rate on the pitch defensively, and he's so physical. But he also maintains all the discipline and is such helpful in line out. Moving to Bristol this season, he's fantastic, and he'll be in for me 100%. Next is Guido Petit. Yeah, no, he's a really good player. Definitely, his work rate's really good, and that's definitely seen because he gets regular starts in the back row for a very competitive Bordeaux. No, really helpful line out, very physical, solid defensively. He's very well rounded. He's getting a bit older now, so he brings good experience, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's in at all. For my final picks, though, I take Pedro Rubiolo, Efren Elias, Franco Molina, and Guido Petit. Pedro Rubio, I said how much I like him. Efren Elias, I said about Thomas Petty earlier, how they need to start bringing in these youngsters because the front five isn't as good, so he's definitely in for me. Guido Pitti, great player, very well rounded, good experience to have there. And Franco Molina, he's kind of just in because like the others are getting a bit older now or just not ready yet. It's difficult. On to the back row, which is definitely a really competitive position no matter what team you go into. I'm not going to go into the roles as much here because it's blindside, open side, and A. So I'm just going to get straight into it now with Santiago Grondona. He's a bit older, so definitely got some good experience, but he's helpful in the lineup, good physicality, but he's really helpful in breakdown. Like he's always there for the ruck, great defensively, tackling wise, but he's always there for a jackal option as well. I think his only issue is to work with discipline under pressure, because when pressure comes on, he tends to mess up a bit and gets a couple of penalties conceded. But otherwise, he's a decent enough player. Next is Manuel Bernstein of Pampas 15. Brings good leadership, captaining the Pampas in Super Rugby America. He's got a really nice worker around the pitch, and he's definitely got some other good attributes, like he's helpful in line out, good physicality. I think what we need to do is get a good contract in a professional league elsewhere, so we can truly get that top level experience and grow as a player. On to Rodrigo Bruni. I know he's primarily an 8, but every game he's played this season for Bayonne, he has started on blindside. No, he's really big ball carrier, like just really powerful. I think that's his main attribute. He does need to work on getting around the pitch a bit more discipline, and he's had a couple of injury setbacks. But otherwise, I think he's a really good player and definitely has a chance of getting in. Next, I have Thomas Beckerman. I wouldn't say his chances are too high. I just think he makes this list because he's got good versatility coming in the back row and hooker. Yeah, but he struggles with game time at club, so I don't see him getting in. On to Juan Bautista Pedemonte. He brings good leadership and success, captaining his under-20 side when he was young, and also an Olympic gold medalist. Really high quality, good work rate on the pitch, good defensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's in all. Lastly, at blindside, and Pablo Matera, fantastic player, brilliant ball carrying, brilliant jackal threat, brilliant ruck entry. Like everything he does is top level, and he is one of the best players in the world, and he'll be in without doubt for me. Fantastic player. First up on open side, we have Nicholas Statamorim. He's a very energetic player and a dynamic ball carrier, good worker rate on the pitch. I think his only issue is he needs to refine his skills a little more and also start playing for a professional club instead of just Pampas 15. Next is Saracens, Juan Martin Gonzalez. Like Pedro Rubiolo, he's never one of my favourite players at the moment, just to watch overall. He's got really good area skills, he loves to tackle, he's amazing in that line out, and his work around the pitch is phenomenal. And he's also a good ball carrier. I think his only thing he needs to do is get a starting spot, whether it's at international or club, because both competitions is really difficult. So, but otherwise, really high quality player. On to Francisco Gorison of Vans. He brings great leadership qualities, capturing Vans into that win, which promoted them to the top 14 last season. Great work rate around the pitch, really high quality, like tackling wise and ball carrying. Overall, quite a decent player. Marcos Kremer of Clermont is next. Yeah, fantastic work rate around the pitch. He had the most tackles in the World Cup overall. No, he's brilliant. And he also brings good versatility covering the second row. So it's definitely a good competition to see who can take that shirt over the next year. 28 still, so fairly young. I'm going to keep this one short. Bautista Staval, good player, very well rounded. He has got like a lot of the skills you need to be an open side. I think it's the only thing holding back. He's playing for Zebra Palmer, who doesn't perform well enough at all. Next is 24-year-old Jacqueline Moreau. Fantastic defensively, high completion tackle rate. He's brilliant in the breakdown, loads of ruck entries, gets jackals fairly frequently. He's a powerful ball carrier. He's like very well rounded and could be the complete 8. I think his only issue is he's been playing for Pampas 15 in the Super Rugby America. But if this next season he moves into Leicester Tigers, if he can get some good game time, he could become a top level rugby player. Next is Facundo Isa, who's moving to Powell this season with Julian Montoya. Um, really explosive and powerful ball carrier, but I think his overall game around the rest of it, defensively, his skill set, I think he needs to prove in all that if he wants to be at that top level 8. On to Benjamin Grondona of Bristol. Pat Lamb spoke about him being probably one of the most promising young players coming through at the moment. I think if he has any areas to work on, it's just ruck involvement, getting there to be a jackal throw, or even just disrupting it, and a bit of set piece work and line outs. But otherwise, really promising player and could be a very high quality player in the future. She needs to develop that consistency. On to Lautaro Bavaro. I think he is really solid defensively, bringing good tackle numbers consistently for good tackle percentage, completion rate. No, really high quality in the defensively. Decent left liner option. He's got good leadership qualities, captaining the Argentina 15 when he played for them. But I think his main improve on is ball carrying, which is already at a decent enough level. But if he wants to become that top level and become the main man for Argentina, he'll definitely improve that massively. On to the last player I deem in consideration at 8 in Jacqueline Oviedo of Perpignan. He's probably the most biggest front runner at the moment for Argentina in that 8th position. Amazing ball carrying, good footwork in it, really solid defensively. Good, he jumps in the lineup, so he's very useful and versatile around the pitch, and could definitely be one of those top players for you and for Argentina. For my final picks on blind side, I only take the one player, Pablo Matera, elite quality top player. Yeah, so he's straight in. Onto the open sides, I take Juan Martin Gonzalez and Marcos Kremer. I don't think it really matters who I take because, on blind side and open side, because they play more of a left-right system anyway. But both really high-quality players, and it doesn't really matter who starts. Both will be amazing. I take 3 players in Jacqueline Moro, Facundo Issa, and Jacqueline Oviedo. I think Oviedo is the clear front runner. Moro shows great prospects, and although Issa hasn't got the completed game, I think his ball carrying is so good it's hard to pass up on. Yeah, so that's my picks on back row. Moving on to scrum half. At scrum half, I'm mainly just going to focus on their basic skills of box kicking, passing, and also see how they play the game, whether they're the snipe, box kick, tactical kicking, or just fast playing ball. But so that's how I'm going to judge the scrum halves. Getting straight into it with first up is Miami Shark, experienced Thomas Cabelli. He's a very all-rounded scrum half, good tactical kicking game, brings nice speed onto the ball, and he's an overall playmaker. He's really high quality. He's just a bit older, and that may be the only thing holding him back from my squad. Next up is Gonzalo Bertranu, who's very similar to Thomas Cabelli in that he has a very all-rounded game. He's got good tactical kicking, good awareness of the game, and brings a good enough speed to the ball to keep good fast ball playing, but also slowing down and controlling the game. Overall, really high quality, and he's not too old, in my opinion, so he's got a good shot of being involved. On to Lautaro Bazan Velez for Benetton. He's a decent enough player. He's got really good ball speed, and he's got a nice tactical kicking game. Not the best, but he's moving to sevens next year, so I see it unlikely him being involved for the future for Argentina, but you never know. Now on to my personal favourite for scrum halves for Argentina, and Simon Benitez Cruz. He got Player of the Year in Super Rugby America with the Taraks. But no, he's got an amazing tactical kicking game and brings really good ball speed. Definitely a level player in my opinion, and he's making a move to Newcastle this season. So let's see if he can bring their standards up. But no, really high quality player in my opinion. Next is Gonzalo Garcia of Zebra Parma. I think that's his issue. He plays for an underperforming Zebra and isn't confirmed a spot because he's in competition with Fusco, who's also really high quality. But Garcia's electric. You never see him slow down. He's always been good pace on the ball, and that works really well, especially when paired with Santi Carreras. Lastly, I've got Augustin Mayano of Doggers 15. He's a good player. He brings good ball speed, and he's got really good decision making on him. He could definitely be involved, and yeah, no, he's a decently quality player. I think he just needs to sign for a top tier club in like the top 14 or Prem, and if he does that, he will be really good. On to my final picks. I first of all take Simon Benitez Cruz. As I said, I think he's fantastic and got a really good tactical kicking, changing up his kicks constantly. Gonzalo Bertranu, he brings good experience to a squad, and it will definitely help Simon learn a lot. And I know it says Augustin Mayano, but my mind's changed, and I take Gonzalo Garcia. I think in these last tests for Argentina, he's looked amazing and looked so much better than I thought he was. So Gonzalo Garcia is in for me. On to fire halves. I'm just going to focus on their playmaking ability, their distribution, defensive work rate, and just overall their quality, the leadership ability, because they are one of the main leaders on the pitch. Getting straight into it now. Beginning with Santiago Carreras, he's moving to Bath this upcoming season, so it'll be good to see how he improves and playing for a more consistent and top tier team. Um, a lot of people could say his best position is fullback because he's really high quality there, but he brings good distribution, and on his day he will become the best fly half in the world. No, he's definitely a maverick of a player. On to Montpellier, Domingo Miotti. Good tactical kicking game, really nice distributor. And he's also a bit of a maverick, not as much so. Decent goal kicker, really solid defensively. 29, so he's fairly experienced. I wouldn't give him the best shot of getting in, but he's definitely a player who could get in. On to Cabelli's teammate in Martin Lyons. He's got really good game management, and his distribution is definitely top level. I think his only work on is consistency, and he needs to work on under pressure, because when he comes under pressure, he doesn't perform to the best. And he also needs to up his physicality to be a top tier flyer. Next is Nicholas Roger, who would pair up nicely with Simon Benitez Cruz, being Tarek's teammates. I think Roger is a very consistent player, but he doesn't play to top level. Like, I don't see any holes or weaknesses in his game. Like, he's good carrier, he's good defensively, good game management, but I don't think he performs any of that to the top level. So he's a good, consistent player, but maybe only just a club. Next on to front runner for Argentina in Thomas Albanaz. Great tactical kicking game, great distribution, good defensively, doesn't mind taking the ball up into contact. No, he's fab. He is really good, really high quality. Definitely the front runner for Argentina, and he's definitely going to be in for me. On to my final picks. I only take Santiago Carreras and Thomas Albanaz. I don't think anyone else reaches their level just yet. Maybe in the future, but I see it unlikely. These are the front runners for me. No one else is coming in just yet. On to centre, all I'm really looking for is someone to be a big ball carrier, playmaker, lead the defence nicely, and just distribute nicely. That's what I'm mainly looking for in the centre. Getting into it now, starting with inside centres and starting with Justo Picado. I think Justo Picado is a decent player. He's a good ball carrier. I think he just needs to work on a bit of more consistency with the discipline in defence and maybe acting a bit more as a playmaker, but his distribution is decent enough. He could become a top level player, and hopefully we can see this improvement this year, as I believe he signed for Montpellier in the top 14. So looks promising. Hope to see a bit more of him. Geronimo de la Futine is next. I think he's really good. He can act as a playmaker, distributes really nicely. He can be a really good ball carrier, and he brings good leadership quality. With captaining Perpignan and Argentina in the past, yeah, definitely top level. He's just a bit older now, so he'll be bringing more of experience to the squad rather than that top tier starting player. On to Lucas Mensah. He's got really good aerial ability, good offensively as in a ball carrying threat, and really solid defensively. I think his only work on is he needs to definitely improve his pace and speed on the ball, and also acting a bit more of a maverick and a playmaker. But otherwise, he's a fairly good player, and he definitely stands a shot getting in. Next is Faustino Sanchez Villarolo, aka Chichi. No, he's really good attacking wise, like good ball carrying threat, and he's really aggressive defensively, which is really good as a centre. Um, all I think he needs developing is consistency in his decision making, but overall, decent player, stands a shot. Next up is Santiago Chocobaros, who I deem is one of the best inside centres in the world. Really good ball carrying threat. Like he will gain meters for you repetitively. He distributes really nicely and links up really nicely with Lucio Cintia in that outside channel. Definitely a front runner. Plays for top tier team Toulouse and gets frequent starts, so that shows his quality. Next is Thomas Kubila of Miami Sharks. No, he's good ball carrying threat. He's got really nice speed and agility to him, and he's got good tactical awareness. I think his only improvement is getting that consistency and decision making under pressure. And as soon as can master that, he could definitely become a top level 12. Although I still don't see him coming into the Argentina setup. First up in that 13 channel, I have Matias Orlando. He's very consistent, very reliable. I think he performs to a top level in any area, but he doesn't have holes or game like weaknesses in this game. Good distributor, good speed of ball, good like distribution and good speed and running wise. No, but good consistent player. A bit older, so he brings a lot of experience. He definitely could be there as a mentoring role. But yeah, good player. Could be in. I doubt it though. Matias Moroni, similar to Orlando, uh, definitely very consistent. Not many holes in this game. Moroni isn't as fast as Orlando, but elsewhere in this game he excels a bit more, bringing a lot more experience and talent. But no, Matias Moroni, very experienced, definitely could be there as a mentoring role, a lot more than Orlando. Lastly, Lucio Cinti, great hands, great distribution, good, like really fast, good agility to him. Yeah, definitely high quality, definitely could be in. Um, the only reason there aren't many 13s is because there aren't many specialist 13s. A lot of 12s just play a lot of 13, and that's where Argentina have a lot of players. But no, Lucio Cinti, top player, definitely going to be in. For my picks, I take Justo Picardo because I think he has a really high ceiling and could improve a lot. Santo Chocobaras and Lucio Cinti, I think they're both just top level players and definitely work really well together in the back line. Moving on to the last group of players in the back three. In the back three, all I want from a winger is mainly good finishing ability, good speed, good agility, but also a bit of work rate getting there defensively. And at fullback, they need to be a playmaker, good under high ball, also good finishing ability, good agility, good footwork, and a good kicking game as well. First up on the wing is Glasgow Warrior Sebastian Cancelier. An amazing attacking threat. He can finish like one of the best players in the world. He definitely punches above his weight as well because he's not only 90 kg, but he can run into just about anyone and definitely make them regret tackling him. No, really good player. Don't see him getting in, but he's definitely got a good chance. Next is Benetton Ignacio Mendy. No, he's got elite pace and yeah, he's got elite pace and footwork. He definitely his strongest attribute. I think he needs to get a lot more game time for Benetton though, as he's got good competition coming from Louis Liner, Paolo Dogwu. So as soon as he can get that done, I think he'll be top level. Next is Harlequin Rodriguez. He's got amazing finishing ability where he's obviously got that from sevens. He's an amazing under the high ball. Like he's definitely an aerial threat constantly, and he's really big and powerful. I think his main issue is just to get a bit more consistency going because he can't get consistent starts for Argentina, and even when he does, he doesn't play consistently between each game. One game he can have a good game, next he can have a really bad one. But otherwise, high quality player, good bloke. Next is Pampas 15, Santiago Pernas. No, really good player. Like he's got an amazing footwork and agility and speed, and he's also got good try scoring ability. I think also got amazing work around the pitch, just trying to be involved in the game constantly. I think if he gets to sign for a top 14 club, Prem, URC, whatever, even a Pro D2 team, I think he'll improve massively and definitely get more game time for Argentina. Axel Muller's next, who's got amazing speed and is really high quality finisher. Definitely an amazing attacking threat. I think his only issue is he's had a couple injury worries in the past. But gets that cleared, he could stand a really high chance of getting in. Definitely one of the front runners could be. Next is Bautista Delgui of Clermont. I think he is a vastly underrated player. Very consistent and could be a very completed winger. Good speed, good agility, good work rate on the field, good under high ball. So he's definitely a player I would take in consideration. Very underrated in my opinion. Next is Martin Bagado, who's a good size for at 98 kg, and I think he brings great agility. not the fastest out there, but he's definitely brings good agility and footwork. I think he's also got loads of experience from being involved in different leagues, Super Rugby America, Super Rugby Pacific, and the Top 14 and Pro D2. My only issue with him is I think he hasn't played for any top tier opposition like sides. Like he played for the Highlanders in Super Rugby, who wasn't a top achieving team, like the Crusaders would be. But I think that's his only issue. On to one of the front runners, and Matteo Carrera's amazing acceleration speed, good footwork, good work rate on the pitch. No, he's fantastic. He definitely made a good move leaving Newcastle and going to Bayonne. So yeah, definitely a class player. Definitely can improve so a lot. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more of him. Definitely front runner. For my last option at winger, I take Lautaro Cipriani. He's discussed how he openly thinks everyone should be very team oriented, but he's also very much an attacking threat who scores on a frequent basis. Very young, so can develop a lot. But I think if he wants to become a top level player, I know he's only 22, but he needs to bulk up a bit. He's at 75 kg at the moment, and he needs to be a lot more than that to be a top level winger. First up at fullback, I've got Bristol Bear Benjamin Elizalde. He's very much an attacking threat, good playmaker, really nice distribution. He's kicked for goals in the past a little bit, and I think if he gets good game time this season, Bristol, he could become a top and elite player. Very promising. He's already capped for Argentina at the age of 21, so I'm really looking forward to seeing more of him. Next up is Segundo Tuculet, who won the Pro de with Montauban. I think he is an elite like pace wise, like him with the ball in hand is absolutely dangerous. I don't think he links the game as well as a fullback should, but when he's got ball in hand, he's really attacking oriented and really powerful and strong. So he's definitely a good player to have around. Definitely could be involved in the squads in the future to come. So we'll just have to see. Next up is Emiliano Buffelli. I think he's a really high quality player. He brings the great option of kicking for goals. He can act as a playmaker. He has the versatility to cover probably 10 wing, fullback, good speed, agility. He's a very all-rounded rugby player, really good, high quality. Next is Julian Quetglas for Yaker. I think he's very well-rounded, good attacking game, good defensive game, very consistent with everything he does. I think in order to become elite, he needs to sign for a better club than Yaker and play in a top league. But otherwise, decent player, and I can see him coming in. Now on to one of Argentina's best players in Juan Claus Malia. Plays for Toulouse. He covers fly half, centre, wing, fullback, but fullback is definitely his best position. He's good on the high ball. He's really good attacking wise, and he can goal kick. He's a playmaker. He does it all. He is top class at all of it, and I believe he is truly a world class player, and he will be straight in for me. Lastly, for me at fullback is the fly half slash fullback Geronimo Prince Quintelli. He is making the move to Racing this season, so it'll be nice to see if he improves. But no, he's definitely a really good player. He was definitely one of Zebra's top performers this year, and if he was in the squad, he would link up well with Garcia and any other possible players who could be in the squad. For my final picks on the wing, though, first of all, Bautista Delghi, Matteo Carreras, and Rodrigo Isbro. I think all three of them are well above the competition, although some need to work on consistency and some attributes of the game. Then they're all definitely straight in, and I don't think there'll be much arguments there. So the fullbacks, Buffelli's there, and he can cover wing. It's just all about him getting fit, and then we also have Juan Carlos Malia, who I said I think is world class, is definitely in. And Elizalde shows great promise, and by the time World Cup comes around, I think he'll be even better than he is now. If any players were to get injured, the players I'd call in is at loosehead Ignacio Calles, hooker for kind of Bosch as he is experienced, he'll slot in nicely. Santiago Moreno, because I think he is really promising and is definitely good scrummager. Lucas Paulos, good second rower, and he works well for Rodrigo Bruni, my blindside. Francisco Gorson brings great leadership, and that could be widely appreciated, him coming in on the open side. And then Benjamin Grondona at 8, because I think he is also a really high quality player who looks good for the future. In the back line, not Garcia, I take Moyano, because I made the swap earlier. But Moyano, I think he's great every time I have seen him play. Instead of Miotti, I actually take Geronimo Prince Quintelli at fly half. I think he's fantastic and definitely a top performer. In the centres, if there was an injury, I'd bring in Faustino, Valerolo, and Matias Moroni. I think Moroni was slot in nicely, being experienced and knowing exactly what happens in a World Cup squad. If a winger were to go down, I'd bring in Ignacio Mendy because I think his pace is absolutely unreal and he's a fantastic player and a good finisher. And lastly, at fullback, I'd bring in Julian Quetglas. Not because I think he's the best guy coming off the rank now, but I just think there aren't many other options there, and he's definitely a good and improving player. Fit with the World Cup final tomorrow, the team I pick is Gajo and Scavi on the props, with Montoya captaining the side of hooker, Petty and Rubiolo in the second row, Matera, Gonzalez, and Oviedo. I know Krem is amazing and all, but he can bring the impact, and I do think Gonzalez is phenomenal. Benitez Cruz, because I think he's got great game management, can control the ball, and nice tactical kicking, which matches really well with Thomas Albanaz. In the centres, I take Santiago Chocobares and Lucio Cinti. As I said, I already think they link up amazingly. Matteo Carreras, as he is just truly amazing. Rodrigo Isgro on the other wing, because I know his consistency isn't there, but if he gets that, he'll be amazing. Then at fullback, Juan Claus Malia, world class, as I said, so he'll definitely be in. On the bench, though, I go for a 6-2 split, taking Bernasconi, Vivas, Rapetti, Molina, Kremer, Issa, with Bertranu and Carreras as the backs. I think Carreras and Bertranu can match each other's game, and I think Issa, Bernasconi, and Vivas and Molina will bring amazing physicality, and Kremer will bring that the bit of dynamicness they might need. So that would be the lineup if it was a World Cup final tomorrow if I was choosing. Thank you everyone for listening. Bye.